What up now? Listen, man. I'm going to attach a letter on behalf of the newly formed alliance with Sister Tamika and Tip that was sent out Friday. I'm also going to attach a IG post by Dapper Dan that went out yesterday afternoon. I don't have confirmation of this, but it would be my understanding that that post from Dapper Dan was in response to this letter that went out. That bears my name on it, along with this alliance I was speaking about, which is why I feel the need to say something today. First of all, man, hey, shout out to Tamika, man. Tamika Mallory. Get that rest. Get that recharge. Some folks, man, don't even know. Some folks do this occasionally, which is good. Some folks don't do it at all, so occasionally it's good. But some folks really do it, man. I'm talking about every day do it, man. Camp out, do it. Stake out, do it. Meeting, do it. Rallies, do it. Marches, do it. Every day making connections to help folks, do it. Listening to the families of victims, being that shoulder. Listen, I know. But see, one thing about it, if you got a strong alliance, when one person's got to recharge, there's several other there. So, hey, recharge. Back to this boycott Gucci. I know some of y'all ain't feeling it. I know it. I'm getting the messages. I know it. And I'm also going to attach a video clip of that roundtable discussion with Tip, T.I., and others at the gathering spot. Listen, I want you to understand what my purpose in this thing is. Again, I think I posted something not too long ago saying, if you see my name or even her name, meaning Tamika, please don't attach it to any kind of bullshit. But I want y'all to understand, I know. I feel the pulse of the people. I'm definitely down with this alliance and the actions being taken towards Gucci, but the bigger picture for me and us. Listen, this was stated in the meeting prior to. This was stated, actually included, it stated and included in the wrap-up for the public roundtable discussion. I want y'all to understand something. What we are about to embark on is going to require a lot of groundwork. Hell, not even a lot of groundwork. The correct connections on the ground. Where I'm going with this is, you'll see it in the clip, but in more detail here, Atlanta will be the launch spot for a nationwide unification tour. What does that mean? We're going to have a weekend with 3 events. First event will be a play, theater. I'm definitely a fan of the arts. Our people contribution is endless, bottomless for what our people have done as far as arts are concerned. But there will be a play. Of course, everything of this weekend will be Black liberation, Black unification. So the play will be based in that. On from the play, we will have a fashion show highlighting the local Black designers. So I want y'all to understand. I'm telling you, this was what was said at that table. It just wasn't about Gucci. But if you look at it, Gucci brought certain folk together. So, local fashion designers, regional designers, Black, African. To top it off, we got the Unification Concert, highlighting local, regional artists, and also local, regional activists. Some of these individuals, of course, of national status, but that is just their home. In between the various artists, we're gonna have folks with a potent message and a hell of a deliverance to touch the crowd in between the performances. Now, because we know that the blackface from the multiple luxury clothing lines is tied into white supremacy, is tied into the creation of this nation. So because of that, mass incarceration, prison industrial complex, police terrorism, police brutality, police misconduct, criminal justice reform, the list goes on and on. So starting back at event 1, the play, we will highlight local, regional families who are out here fighting for justice, whose loved ones have either been snatched or their life has been snatched. Snatched meaning incarcerated for the first one. So in between curtain, a role, or scene is what I was looking for, excuse me. In between scenes, all of this is at the Blueprint. All of this is still in construction. If you would like to be a part of this, I need you to inbox me. But I'm talking about contributions concerned, connections that are concerned to pull this off. We will highlight certain families. How we will do that, I don't know yet, but definitely they will be recognized. And not everybody can be highlighted, but all can be recognized. And some can be highlighted. There's various number of families that I'm thinking about. And if you know me, I ain't got to say it. Then on to the fashion show. In between designers' collections, that again are, of course, Black designers, we will highlight families of mass incarceration, of police injustice. Then on to the concert. We will duplicate the same process. Families will touch the mics briefly in between these different functions. At this unification weekend, we will have your grassroots, solid organizations that are on the grounds. We will have those that don't represent grassroots organizations as well, your grandfathered in organizations, but ones that are truly out here doing the work. We'll have registrations, voter registration going on. We'll have membership registration for these organizations. Listen, man, and the launch is going to be right here in VA. From there, we take it to New York. And we do the exact same thing with New York artists, New York activists, regional activists, national activists from that area, designers, artists. On to LA. What up, Snoop? Back to New York, Diddy, all these guys. Everybody that you've been seeing out here putting in that work. I'm going to say this, and I hope it ain't taken the wrong way. They don't screw it around and they don't let the right one at the table. That ain't being ego tripping. I see all these good brothers, man, tipping them, doing good work, no matter what you got to say about the past, whatever. See Snoop and them out here being a voice. See Diddy out here, Puff. I see these guys putting in work. Now we just got to link it. That's where you come in. If you want to see this unification weekend, I need you to let it be known by this post, man. I'm telling you, I presented it at the table. It was adopted. It was even spoke about publicly. So I'm not spilling the beans. I'm just going into more detail because some of y'all are too stuck on, oh, F Gucci. Yeah, fine. While Tamika and others, along with myself, excuse me, Dapper Dan, I see him trying to make things right. Listen, there's an option here. If you don't give a fuck about Gucci, fine. Press Gucci to still do what it's going to have to do. And it's some, I won't get into that part yet. And then you can still leave them alone. But in the meantime, get down with this unification weekend that I'm talking about. Black liberation, black empowerment weekend. Coming to a city near you. Launch in the A. All the legends. Come on, man. Come on, man. Can't you see it? I mean, like a wave through the nation. There's some of these white folks, man. Some of these white boys and white females. They're really showing their ass out here. They're emboldened. There's some of us that are confused, that are caught up in that rhetoric. But you know, it's always been a Negro or two to hold a Confederate flag. Let's show them what this hip-hop, true hip-hop generation, us and our children. I'm talking some of the older ones, you know, the mid-40s up and, you know, 40s, that area, 30s. Seriously, man. So if you're down with it, I need y'all to spread the word on this thing, man. Trust me, I'm at the table pushing it. It's already been signed off on. It's just about getting this thing in motion. So while you're saying fuck Gucci, come on and say get down with this unification weekend. Peace.